Can I say something? Okay, I'm gonna say it. Dr. Heaven, in Dr. Heavenly's words, I'm gonna say it and then I'm gonna take it back. Yeah. So I was on IG, and as I was scrolling on IG, I ran across a picture, and it was a picture of Diana Ross, and she was surrounded by some children, and I was like, "Oh, who is this?" And then as I continued to read, it said, and this is this is from People. Diana Ross wears Met Gala dress embroidered with her children and grandchildren's name in rare family photos. And the first thing I asked, well, girl, where are the grandkids? Because I just said a whole bunch of white children. I was like, oh, that's just a bunch of white children and one black child. What are grandkids at? And then I saw another photo of Diana and her children, Tracy and Evan, and her children, and then of course the photo of the grandkids. And I was just taken aback. I was just like, what in the green bean casserole is going on over at Diana's house? Girl, I be forgetting that Tracy's father is white. The father is white. Tracy Evan. I forget that their father is white. So I was just taken aback when I saw, that there was raisins in the potato salad. When I saw that there was a big chance that girl people at the Ross Thanksgiving that there's green bean casserole, that there's pumpkin pie, there's stuffing. At our house we got dressing. We got dressing, okay? We got sweet potato pie. Girl, what is pumpkin pie? Green bean casserole. No, we have some green beans with some ham hocks and bacon in it. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? It was a video that hit the shade room the other day. And I have to agree with the girl. The girl was basically saying how, when black people get together and eat, you're always looking for like the veggie dishes, the dishes with no meat, whatever. And every time you look up, girl, the dishes that you would assume don't have meat will have meat in them. She was talking about basically, you looking for the green beans, and girl, it's bacon and ham hocks in the green beans. You looking for a little plate of beans, girl? They got girl, they done made barbecue baked beans with some ground beef in the beans. And I thought it was so funny, and it got me to thinking about the way that some people swear up and down. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a cook. I'm not a cook. But the way that people swear up and down that some foods can be so healthy for you, but the way that some of you, when I think about it, cook the food, by the end of the process, I would not consider green beans might be healthy, but by the time you put bacon juice, girl, girl, chunks of bacon, girl, turkey necks, ham hocks, girl, is it really healthy? Girl, by the end, girl, you done added 5 pounds of bacon fat and girl, 16 pounds of bacon chopped up. By the time you end the process with the broccoli, girl, you done added butter, salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, a pound of cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese. Girl, this is the cheesiest broccoli we have ever tasted in our life. And can I say another thing too? Girl, we're just talking. Can I say another thing too? When people start, I'm not a cook, so I'm an eater. Good at it, Sarah. I'm a munch. Girl, I'm a munch, baby. Hello, girl. So I like to eat. I don't cook, but baby, I can tell you if it's good or not. Um, I have a question for the people who like macaroni and cheese. There's so many questions. Okay, this is the first question. With chicken, like I was in here cooking some chicken the other day, right? And I was standing over the sink, and I was, had my vinegar and my, lime, and I'm cleaning the chicken and peeling that yellow stuff off that be on the chicken, whatever it's called. And I was texting Brittany, well, after I finished, and I was just thinking, girl, when do we start this whole vinegar and lime cleaning the chicken? Because I refuse to believe that Big Mama, girl, back in 1960, back in 1970, girl, even the early 2000s was leaning over the kitchen, girl, cleaning a chicken with vinegar and limes. girl, when Big Mama and Pawpaw was running around the backyard catching chickens and plucking them and killing them and doing all that stuff, girl, you think that was really cleaning them chickens with vinegar and lime? Girl, were they? I remember my grandmother cleaning chicken, and maybe because I didn't pay attention. Maybe she was. I don't remember my grandmother using no limes, girl, or even vinegar. But again, maybe she was because I was never, I just wasn't standing while she cleaned the chicken. When Big Mama was making macaroni and cheese, was Big Mama using 8 different cheeses? Girl, so when people be like, I like my girl, I make my macaroni and cheese like my Big Mama. Girl, your Big Mama was not using 7 or 8 or 9 different cheeses. I know she wasn't. Girl, I know Big Mama was not using 9 different cheeses to make her macaroni and cheese. Girl. I just be thinking some random stuff sometimes. And those are some of the thoughts that kind of pop in my head. How did they clean chicken back in the day? And why do y'all think that Big Mama was using 7 or 8 different cheeses to make the macaroni and cheese? Because I don't think that they were. Girl, Big Mama used 1 cheese because that's all she could afford. Hello? And she wasn't wasting no lime, girl, cleaning no chicken. Girl, that lime was going to go towards something that she could cook for the family. Anyways, girl. But yeah, shout out to Diana Ross. Girl, I know that Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, girl, look like a United Nations meeting. I said, ooh, girl. Y'all would never think that I had white people in my family the way I be talking. But girl, I actually got white people in my family, girl. My grandmother who passed away, her brother, he recently passed away. Unfortunately, he had cancer. He was married to a white woman. She just turned 70 the other day. And then my uncle, my mother's brother, has biracial children. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I got white people in my family, girl. And I love them dearly. We're not close, but I love them dearly though. But yeah, anyways, shout out to Diana Ross and shout out to her family. Girl, shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross. Shout out to Evan. The other son, one of the sons was like, he might be fine. I'm gonna have to Google him because I really couldn't tell in the picture. But the picture, he looked like he might be a little fine. I'm gonna go see that, but he a little skinny though. You know, I like my men with a little meat on their bones. I like my men. I like my men the ones who be on a diet and they, go get they get some fruit when they, when they go to like a dinner, they'll have like a plate of fruit, and then have that one chicken wing. But Evan fine. Evan thin too, but Evan kind of fine though. Evan fine, but Evan ain't like too thin. This other nigga look like he real thin, 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 thin. Anyways, good. Shout out to Diana Ross. And I know some people were talking about Diana Ross in the comment section saying Diana Ross and Meg Thee Stallion had on similar dresses. And this is where I am going to move the line. I am moving the line. I know I am. Okay.
The line is always moving. Okay.
The reason why I'm moving the line when it comes to Meg Thee Stallion and Diana Ross is Diana Ross is a fashion icon. Okay. Diana Ross has paid her dues. Diana Ross is a living legend. Diana Ross is 80 years old. At this point, she has nothing to prove. So if Diana Ross wants to come to the Met Gala, girl, in a black nightie, If Diana Ross would have had on a black oversized blazer, I wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have. Girl, that's Diana Ross. That lady is 80 years old. She can do what she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? She's paid her dues. However, the dress that Meg the Stallion had on, I just felt like, girl, it was just too basic for me. That she could have wore that dress anywhere. And while the dresses were a little bit similar, kind of like with Zendaya and the Asian girl, I think her name was Anna, girl, they were still different. You could tell that Diana put a little bit of thought into her attire. You know, girl, this woman is 80 years old with probably, girl, tens and tens of fabric from that coat hanging on her 80-year-old body. Girl, this woman had on a coat that was so big it covered damn near the entire staircase. Girl. And then it was kind of like a love letter to her grandkids and kids. She had their names embroidered on the fabric. Well, so I get what some of you were saying in the comment section, and again, I can acknowledge that I am moving the line a little bit due to it being Diana Ross and who she is and what she's contributed to, you know, just music and just the fashion world. I'm gonna need. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry, Meg ain't getting no, no. Meg could have wore that dress anywhere. Girl, Meg is 29 years old. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and I ain't gonna take it back. Even though Cardi, I wish that Cardi gives you fashion, she gives you looks. Even though I hate when Cardi does not know who she's wearing. I hate. If they asked her this time, but I remember last year they asked her who she was wearing at the Met Gala. She didn't know. She was like, some Asian guy. I was like, girl, like. That's one thing I don't like. The girls, if you want to be taken seriously amongst the fashion world, girl, at least at the very minimum, girl, you should know who you're wearing. Cardi, to me, excuse me, Cardi to me, like the way that Cardi looks and dresses is the way that Meg the Stallion should try, not to mimic her actual style, but I just feel like Cardi always tries to do something different, right? This year we got like a tailored, I did like a pantsuit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like you could give us something different. And Meg, it just kind of was the same. A fitted dress that fit on her ass, girl, titties out, a girl's a halter top dress with a split and a fur. And I'm just sorry, I'm not giving her no passes. Diana Ross, I'm gonna give a pass. I'm gonna give a pass to Diana Ross. I'm gonna give a pass to Babyface, who's pushing 70 years old. I'm gonna give a pass to the legends because they're legends and they have nothing to prove. The other girls, girl, we gonna tug. Girl, we gonna tug. The legends and icons, I am gonna move the line. I just am. I am. I am. But I can acknowledge that I'm moving the line. Okay. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this tea about housewives. Okay, so this is according to page 6. Bravo flagship RHONY going off air. Network hopes to revive it. I thought that's what y'all just did. It's a milestone. This is according to page. This is according to page 6. But it's a milestone moment for Bravo. One of its flagship shows, The Real Housewives New York. The Real Housewives of New York City is going off the air. Page 6 has learned, with no firm plans for its return. The show, which premiered in 2008, has constantly been one of the most beloved, prestigious, and buzzed about in the reality giant schedule, and has launched the careers of Bravo A-listers like Bethany Frankel, Luann, girl, I can't pronounce her last name, Sonia Morgan, Jill Zarin, and Kelly Bensimon. Only the original Housewives show, The Real Housewives of Orange County, has been around longer. Girl, I'm not going to read this whole article. Y'all get what's going on. But however, Us Weekly came out and said that the reports are not true, that it's not canceled, that it's not even really necessarily considered on pause. It's just they're just trying to, I guess, figure out what's going to happen with it. So I don't know, but I do want to say this. Girl, I've never been a New York girly. I did not start watching until they did the reboot. Well, I tried to watch. Okay, I just told a lie. I forgot. I tried to watch when Ebony came on, but But I never really watched. I just don't think that Ebony was a good fit, girl. I don't. Ebony was like 38 years old. Like she was like what, like 37, 38, close to 40 when she joined the Real Housewives of New York, and she just wasn't a good fit for that cast. In real life, Ebony's not hanging out with a Ramona. She she not hanging out with a Luann. She's not hanging out with no Sonya. She's not hanging out with any of those girls. Maybe Leah, and I'm pushing it with Leah. So, anyways, but yeah, I never really watched New York like that. That was probably the housewife show that I never really paid attention to. When they did the reboot, I was like, okay, let me get into it. I actually did like the first season of season one. I mean, the reboot. Season whatever it was, season 14, season, I don't know. But I did like the first season of the reboot. I was like, okay, this is cute. This is kind of giving me old school housewives. They're really not arguing about nothing too deep. It's kind of petty. We're arguing about cheese and caviar. Okay, whatever. And then the second season came, and I was like, okay, this is okay. This is gonna, And then I kind of just like tapped out, and I was just like, this is not. It was giving. I felt like a lot. I felt like most of the girls were being fake. I do. I felt like Brynn was playing this role of this sex kitten. Someone told Brynn, and this is just my opinion. Someone told Brynn that she was going to play the sex kitten of the group. It's like almost everybody had their roles. And I think to a certain degree, the roles is also what has started to take the housewives down hills. Instead of the women just showing up and being who they are, I think the producers are trying to make these women fit into like the villain role, the comedic role, the sex kitten role. It's almost kind of like trying to create like a Sex in the City in a way. But I think that someone told Brynn that, girl, you're going to be like the sex kitten. And at first, I think that a lot of us was just like, okay, girl, this has seemed too much, but whatever. And I think by the second season, I think that most of us, if probably not most of the viewers, were over the everything had this sexual feeling, this sexual innuendo to it. Like it was just it was literally team too much. Like to the point where, girl, everything it has to be a reference to something sexual. Someone could be moving Brynn into her apartment. Oh, I see you went up that staircase. Very nice, girl. You know, like somebody could be bringing Brynn a cup of coffee. Ooh, the coffee is so hot. Isn't it hot? Like that was Brynn. Like, girl, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Even with Jenna, like, girl, you want to play lesbian, but let Jenna pull her puss out and put it in your face, bitch. I bet you gonna stop acting like a lesbian then. Girl, like even like pretending to be a lesbian started to get on my nerves. Brynn, and I was just like, somebody told Brynn that this is and maybe that's how Brynn is in real life, but at this point, it's not translating to a lot of people. Girl, what the diva used to call her, Samantha Jones. Like, girl, you want to be Samantha Jones so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be what's a woman from Golden Girls? Blake, not Blake, Blanche. Girl, Blanche. Girl, you want to be Blanche so bad. Like, it was a mess. And then I liked Aaron, believe it or not, even though a lot of people say Aaron was a Trump supporter. Girl, I'm not gonna get into the whole report. Girl, let me tell you. Can I say something? Girl, I don't watch. Girl, I don't. Girl, I try. Now, this is where I try and disconnect from reality. Girl, do y'all really think when we watch these houses, girl, y'all would be, I'm going to go ahead and say it, you would be a fool to watch Beverly Hills, to watch New York, Orange County, and think that these bitches is walking into a goddamn booth voting for somebody named Kamala or Barack. So when people be like, oh, Aaron is a Trump supporter, girl, they all Trump supporters, bitch. Hello? Girl. Tell me something new, because I'm assuming all of them going in the you. That's why everybody was walking around here with egg on their goddamn faces. This end of the at the end of this election, because the white bitches went in that booth and voted for Donald. Them hoes all got together on a big ass Zoom call, girl, talking about Kamala, 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 and them hoes went into that booth and baby they hit red. Okay, don't be fooled. But anyways, that's a video for a whole nother day. Um, and then you had what's her name? Oh, you had Aaron. Aaron was cool to me. I actually liked Aaron. Psy, I liked Psy, but Psy was fake as hell. Girl, when Psy, I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen, because this is what happens with these shows. They start to pay attention to the YouTubers. They start to pay attention to the viewers. They start to pay attention to Instagram. You know, the comment section on Twitter. You know, Twitter, the comment section on Instagram. And I think that it starts to get to them. And I understand, right? I can try to understand. I don't understand, but I can try to understand, right? It's a lot to take in when you have everybody dragging you and saying this and saying that and saying this. But I knew that when Jessel was deemed the fan favorite season 1, I knew that Psy and Aaron were going to come back and play nice, try and play nice with Jessel. And I definitely think that's what Psy tried to do. When Psy tried to play the whole, oh, I've been in therapy, and then once we got to the reunion, they asked, was she still in therapy? She was like, no. Because Psy wanted to come back and try to win over some of the fans. I felt like if Psy just lived in her truth, because Psy said out of her own mouth that she's a bitch, well, just be a bitch. You see what I'm saying? Girl, y'all know, what do I always say? I like my bitches to be bitches. Okay? I really, like the Psy that was at the reunion, I feel like that is the real Psy. The Psy, her first season, I feel like that's the real Psy. The Psy that came the second season before the reunion, I feel like that was the Psy that she felt like people wanted to see. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I know people on reality TV, whether it's King and Nene, Portia, Phaedra, you know, Candy, all the girls are going to produce themselves to a certain degree. But I feel like with this group of girls, it was like overly produced. Like to the point where it was like, girl, this is not even, it was like, girl, this is not even worth like reviewing. You know what I'm saying? You can tune in and watch it and turn your TV off, but it's not even worth having a conversation about. I mean, then you had Jessel. Jessel was cool. And then Jenna, y'all know I go up for Jenna Lyons. Girl, that is my white bitch, baby. Girl, that's my white bitch, baby. But Jenna is not a good housewife. She's just not. She's just not. Jenna is not a good housewife. She is not. Jenna is not a good housewife. She is not. And I go up for Jenna Lyons. But when it comes to being a housewife, girl, wrong road. Jenna needs her own show where she could be the head bitch in charge and she could tell people what to do, kind of like a Vanderpump Rules. That's the role that Jenna needs to play, where I kind of pop in, pop out, but it's really my employees who make the show, like Lisa. Lisa pops in, pops out, but the show revolved around Jax, Stassi, Kristen. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jenna needs to do. But being on Housewives, I think it was a wasted space. It was a waste of space. Then Uber was cool, but Uber got on my nerves. I know people loved Uber, and we wanted to protect Uber when the whole stuff happened with Brynn and her psychotic ass. But Uber was another one who could have went. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Uber was team too much too. It's like it was almost like, girl, what are we? When I'm gonna tell you, when Uber, I was like, okay, Uber can go. When it was a picture, remember this episode? It was a picture of water on the table. You know how when they bring the water to the table, they bring a pitcher so everybody can pour? I guess she must have asked them for some water, and so they just brought a pitcher of water. And she was drinking out of the pitcher. And they were like, girl, why are you drinking? And I'm paraphrasing, but they're like, girl, why are you drinking out the pitcher? She's like, this is my water. I can drink what I... And I was like, girl, like, what are you... It's almost like they're trying to give us TV in a way, but it's not like... But it's like, girl, you're not... Like, it's not landing. Even the first season, when I think she walked into the kitchen and got like a canned good. So I was like, girl, what are we... Like, I don't know. It's just... Who else? Jenna. But yeah, Aaron. That I think that was it. If not, it doesn't matter, girl. The show. I don't know what's gonna. I don't know if the show is actually canceled. Canceled. You know, they'll say they're putting it on pause. But I mean, if they bring it back, they bring it back. If they don't, they don't. I don't really care. The only one I'm really concerned about is Atlanta. Okay, girl. I don't know what's gonna happen with them after this season. I think that Bravo. I don't know. I don't know who makes the decisions to greenlight these shows or who makes the decisions to put these shows on pause. Um, I want to know, how do they determine? I think one of the things that messes up these shows is, I will say this, and I do agree to a certain. I do agree with this to a certain. I do agree with this to a certain extent. You do need to find girls who are like friends. Like, people, these people need to be connected in a way. Not like, oh, bitch, I just met this girl because we found out we were going to be on the show, and we started hanging out a year prior to filming. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what's happening. There's some on my face. I feel like that's what's happening with some of these shows. I really feel like these girls really don't know each other, but they get casted and then they start to kind of hang out with each other prior to filming, to try to build some type of friendship. No, I need the girls to already know each other. I need for it to be that one bitch who know, okay, where I met her when I worked at Nordstrom, and we used to go out back in the day. Like, even if it's a friendship, but we haven't been in contact for a few years, I'll even take that. But I need for y'all somewhere along the line to have been friends. Oh, I met her when I was in college. We were roommates, and then I needed to be something like that, girl. Something like, not like, oh, girl, really and truly, I just met this bitch 7 months ago, and we started hanging out, and then we started filming 7 months later. I needed to be, oh, like, that's my best friend's sister. You know what I'm saying? And when me and my best friend, that's my best friend's sister. I needed to be like connections like that. And I do think that when you have connections where the girls actually know each other, right? And it's like, oh, I know her, and I know her, 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 I know her. Not like it's only one, like that one person who knows two people. That I just feel like everybody needs to be connected in some way. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Let me give you an example. Like, my best friend. If we were on a reality show, he would probably be the one in the middle, because we're all connected to him through him. So he has his best friends since he's been knowing since like middle school, high school, right? I've met his best friends before. Then he has one of his roommates, right? I've met and hung out with these people before. So you see what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be some type of connection like that. Where even if I didn't grow up with y'all, I've met y'all plenty of times. Like, we follow each other on social media. When y'all come into town, we hang out. It's not one of those things where it's like, girl, I don't even know that girl. I just met this girl the other day. That's what I mean by, it needs to be the people need to know each other. Girl, they just need to know each other. The way that, to me, the way that Rachel and Danielle kind of swooped into New Jersey, and it was like, oh, because that Teresa knows her, what's her name? Black Dolores. I call her girl Lolo. Girl, Dee Dee, baby. Dee Dee gives me like she's a girl, like she built mob wops. Like, they knew Rachel and Danielle. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the flaws um, that Housewives is starting to make. They're starting to put these girls who really don't know each other. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it: Britt and Kelly. Like, those girls didn't know each other. Those girls got casted on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and as soon as some shit hit the fan, the friendship was non-existent, and that's because they really didn't have anything to stand on. If you are friends with someone, you are more than likely to fight for the friendship, and you are more than likely not all the time, but you are more than likely also not to go so low in an argument where you can't recover from the friendship. Not all the time. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, it is what it is. Housewives, girl, at this point, girl, they have Salt Lake City coming back, Potomac coming back, Atlanta is still on, and that's at Orange County. Yeah, and Orange County just finished filming the season. I saw that the other day. Tamara, she posted something like that's a wrap. So, anyways, shout out to New York. If they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. Girl, it is what it is. Listen to this. This is according to this is from theroot.com. So Tyler Perry casts Taraji P. Henson in another struggling movie role, but Black Twitter is calling out a bigger pattern. Girl. Straw, Perry's latest project, which premieres in June, was shot over the course of 4 days. Taraji P. Henson's next movie role is almost here, and the internet has some thoughts. The Empire alum is set to star in Straw, Tyler Perry's latest film, set to hit Netflix this June. The film sees Henson as a single mother whose world unravels in chaos. Sound familiar? Pushed to the brink by the world that seems indifferent by her existence, she's forced to confront impossible choices in a society that offers her no safety net, the official Netflix description reads. While it certainly is exciting to witness another collaboration between Henson and Perry, the two have worked together on 2018's Acrimony. You know, I've never watched that movie. I Can Do Bad All By Myself in 2009 and The Family That Prays the year before. The internet is not as excited as one would expect. Black Twitter is calling out Perry for seemingly creating the same old tropes and archetypes of characters he leans on with every project. Perry wrote to X with a post of stills from the film. He wrote, "I'm in my bag, y'all. This movie is so good. I mean, so good. I can't wait for y'all to see it. Hashtag Straw on Netflix, June the 6th. The snapshots include a makeupless and sad-looking Henson sitting on a bed, carrying a baby in another, and her looking downcast through a window wearing a work uniform. Fans replied directly to his post with their unhappy 2 cents. One user wrote, You don't want to see Taraji happy sometimes?" One user wrote, "You don't want to see Taraji happy sometimes?" Another shared similar sentiments, writing, "I'm tired of them having Taraji looking sad, stressed, and worn down in every movie." Others are defending both Henson and Perry, expressing that at least Perry pays his actors their worth and gives them work. It's always black people hating on black people, one user wrote. Girl. I'm going to skip over some of this. It was also revealed that I'll put the link to the article in the description box. It was also revealed that they shot Straw, a feature-length film, in just 4 days. A struggling single mother and shot in 4 days? Well, at least Tyler Perry is committed to the bit, one user. Girl, let me say something. And I was more concerned about the fact that he shot. Girl, I said, girl, I don't know how to say this. I don't know anything about producing movies, I'm not a writer. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know anything about that. But I would just think that to shoot a movie in 4 days, a movie, in 4 days, it just, and I know that people, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Look, Tyler Perry, he doesn't care about the art to the point where I think Tyler Perry cares about money. I do. I do. I think he cares about the money side of it. But there's no way that you could really, in my honest opinion, really say that you care about what you put out and you are shooting a movie in 4 days. And then we look up, and I remember, what was a movie? A Fall from Grace, where they were talking about the people's wigs in the movies. It's almost like, we have to get this out, we have to get this out. We got 4 days to shoot the movie. Girl, how do you shoot a movie in 4 days? Bitch, I was over here stressed out last night trying to put a video together about the Met Gala. It took me like 4 hours just to get that video together and edit it. Girl, that video was 45 minutes. Girl. So just imagine, and I know Tyler Perry has an entire humongous team. Well, I'm assuming. I don't know about the writers. You know, that's another thing. Tyler don't even have any writers. Girl, this one. I don't know. It is what it is. Tyler Perry has found his, um, he's found his lane. And his lane is, you know, his lane. He's going to come out the movies about the struggling black woman, and it is what it is. People who are fans of Tyler Perry's work, they're going to continue to support Tyler Perry. I'm not going to sit here and lie there and say that I don't watch some of his work, because I do. I watched Beauty. What's it called? Was it Black in a Box? Beauty in Black. It was kind of like a soap opera. It was on Netflix. I didn't go up for it the way that other people were like, "Oh my God, it's so good." I guess it was. I watched it. I didn't have nothing else to watch. It was all right. It was a Tyler Perry. It was a Tyler Perry production. Like in real life, like I guess people have their It's kind of like a Neptune. Like a Neptune. It's kind of like the Neptunes. You knew a Neptune song when you heard a Neptune song, right? It was kind of like a copycat beat in a way. You know a Tyler Perry production when you see a Tyler Perry production. You just do. And bragging about shooting a movie in 4 days, I don't know. That just uh, is that something to brag about? Is that something to brag about that you shot a movie in 4 days? A feature film in 4 days. That's probably going to be about what, an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, and you shot it in 4 days. It's not. It's about the money. That's when people are like, "Oh, he's never going to. You could really be winning awards." I don't think Tyler cares about awards. If Tyler Perry cared about awards, he would not be putting together an entire production within 4 days. Tyler Perry cares about the money. That's it. Anyways, let me go through my folder and see. But shout out to Taraji. Shout out to Tyler. Let me go to the folder and see what else is going on. What else is going on? I think I'm about to make me some yogurt. That's what I have a taste for. Cause I went to the store the other day. When I was so pissed, I got some Greek yogurt, but I got the plain, and I'm thinking, okay, this is not gonna be this. It's not gonna be. But when I say it's plain, it's plain. Girl, because I didn't have vanilla, and I was like, I'll just get plain. I didn't think it was gonna be like. Is when I say plain, like no taste, no nothing, like no nothing to it. I said, girl, what the hell is this? I was so pissed off, and I tried my hardest to eat it, but I just couldn't. So I had to go back to the store, another store, and get vanilla. And then I like to put me some strawberries. I like to cut up some strawberries in mini pieces, and then pour some granola. Like the bags of granola. You can get different flavors, and then pour it. Kind of like you remember the yogurt parfaits? They probably still sell them at McDonald's. You could go and it would be yogurt, and they would give you a bag of a granola, and I think it would be some fruit also. Oh, girl. So good. So good. Okay, that's it for right now. Oh, okay, we can talk about this. Oh, we can talk about them. Okay, good. So listen to this. Former GMA3 co-anchors Amy Robach and TJ Holmes launched bold new Yahoo relationship advice column, Love is Messy. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, longtime journalist turned podcast host, are launching Ask Amy and TJ, a new Yahoo relationship advice column debuting June 9th. We're here to be the face of Life is Messy, Robach explains after navigating public scrutiny, divorced twice, and blending families. They're ready to take on your wildest, most intimate questions. I feel like we've become experienced relationship veterans because we've had a lot of trial and error, Robach shares, with Holmes adding a lot of errors. But that's how they've grown. I think you really truly learn when you make mistakes, Robach says. Love is messy. Expect raw honesty. We're still learning, still fighting, still evolving. As Holmes puts it, ours is a story people can relate to. If you recall, the couple was fired from their Good Morning America gig after it was learned that they were having an affair despite both being married. Would you ask this couple for advice? I mean, they're not the only ones who ever done cheated, and But I do think it's weird. I do think it's weird. Like, I really don't. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody, girl. TJ Holmes is fine as hell. That's a fine ass. Ooh, girl. I mean, I would have fucked him too. But bitch, I wouldn't have got caught. Girl, they got caught because they got sloppy and they didn't think anybody was paying attention. Girl, Amy and TJ was all at the bar. Girl, hugged up in the middle of the day, drinking. Girl, and probably going home fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got caught. Because they just didn't care. But TJ Holmes is definitely fine as hell. That nigga ain't shit and she ain't shit either. They both think they ass whooped if you want to be honest about it. Girl, let me shut up. I done got mad like I'm the one in a relationship. I feel like TJ and Amy, they pay the blogs. I do. I feel like they pay the blogs because I don't think that anybody is really listening to maybe somebody. I know they had a podcast. Do they still have their podcast? I know they had a podcast. I don't know, but I was like, girl, or any like I felt like the way they went about it was so quick. Like, is people cheat every day. They do. Somebody cheating right now, right? But I think the way they went about it, it was almost like, okay, girl, we got caught. It is what it is. Let's go start a podcast. I don't think they gave it. I don't think they gave it a chance to kind of like die down. And it was a slap in the face to people, especially those people who have been cheated on. So now you want these people to tune in? I don't know. I just thought it was. I just thought it was a little too quick. But she's a white woman. White women gonna always have nerve and audacity. Shout out to the white women who watch my channel though. Nothing but love. Are y'all gonna write in and ask any questions? Baby. Shout out to TJ. But TJ fine, baby. Let me go to TJ. Girl, let's go to TJ's Instagram page and see what this nigga. Let's see what this nigga doing, child. Let's go to his Instagram page. TJ Holmes. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Baby, yeah, TJ still fine. Oh yeah, TJ still fine, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice looking man, baby. Girl, that's a nice looking man, baby. I don't even blame you, baby.
That's a black king right there.
Jezebel to Jezebel, baby. Whore to whore, baby. Yeah, that's a nice looking man, baby. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm gonna put the pictures up so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Oh, he got a tattoo. Oh, baby, he done got tatted. Tat 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 it up, tat 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 it up. That used to be the song back in the day. I'm gonna put these pictures up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So he's a thug, girl. So he's a thug. He's a nigga. He got a little bad boy in him.
Where the hood niggas at? Where's the hood niggas at? I'm looking for the hood niggas. Come on, come with me.
He likes to get a little he likes to get tatted up from time to time. I know that's right. I might have to, girl. All right, let me stop looking at this man. I mean, I don't know why. Hell, Amy was looking at her, and the nigga was married. Fuck her. If she can look, we can look. Okay? Look how you got with him. How you get him is how you lose him, bitch. I'm just saying, y'all. Y'all know I'm just kicking. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'm about to watch a couple of episodes of 911. And I will be back tomorrow because I want to talk about I'll Be Sure. Girl, I'll Be Sure, baby. Girl. I'll be sure. I'll be sure. I'll be sure was kind of talking in circles a little bit. We're gonna talk about I'll Be Sure. We are. All right. I'm gone. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.